Hello farmers, welcome back to No Man's Land. Month of April is here, month of March is long gone, a rainy day for sure, but our grass field is completely ready for harvest. So I think the grass is about as tall as it's going to get. It was ready in March, it said ready to harvest, but I noticed it was even with the grass that was out here, and this grass out here wasn't that tall either, nor did it have all the flowers and such in it. You know when the grass is tall out here and it has all the colorful flowers in it, and now that the month of April is here, our grass has grown there to match the grass out here. Think about as tall as it's going to get, but we're going to harvest this grass today and put it into our silage bunker because we saw how much money we got for selling silage the other day. A nice bit amount of income. As for over here, I did cut down a couple of trees, and two of the trees I had the problem that we had in Elm Creek to where I just cut one tree, and all of a sudden that tree spazzed out, and all of a sudden the length of it like went halfway across the map. It wasn't really there, but the graphics on it just kind of freaked out. So that was kind of fun. Couldn't put it in the back of the trailer either because it kind of registers that it's that long, but it's, yeah, kind of weird thing. I actually had to pick it up and carry it all the way to the wood shop, the sawmill, to take care of that. And we're going to get that in just a second as well. As for over here, the chickens are doing the chicken thing, but I've been really, really busy for the last hour and a half starting to make a new field. And a big field at that. Let's go ahead and let's turn on the flight mode so we can get an aerial view of what we're looking at here. Let's go ahead and do that. And flying up so you can kind of... Oh, wrong button. You can kind of see the area that I covered so far. Yeah, I got some trees to cut down. I still got more to plow out there. And we'll be doing that later on this episode. Just making more of the field. And I'll have to come around with a chainsaw. And then a tree stump grinder. Maybe not the tree mulcher, but maybe the cheapest stump grinder we can find. To go ahead and get rid of these trees because I would like to, if we go here in the calendar, sorghum. I want to plant that, but I got to do it either April or May. So it's probably going to be in May. I want to get that crop down because I do believe I can bring that to the grain mill, if I'm not mistaken. And then we can harvest that in August and October, which is just fine by me because I can harvest the wheat and barley in... We planted wheat, right? I'll probably harvest the wheat in August, and then I'll hang on to the harvester for another day. Oh no, I can harvest them both in August. Probably not because I'm going past the first month of plant, so more than likely be the month of September. So whatever harvester that we lease in the month of August, I'll keep overnight and harvest in the sorghum in September. At least that's the plan. As for the rocks. Yeah, they're going to stay here for at least one harvest. I'm not going to lease or have time to get the rocks out of here. Or do I want to spend the money to get the rock harvester in here to take these on out? So I'll wait until fall when we get the other fields plowed as well. Then, of course, I'll have to replow this one as well to keep the weeds out. But, yeah, we'll get a whole bunch of stones in the fall. But right now, what we're going to do as the deer come over to see the chickens, you can see the chickens are doing lovely on the eggs now. Seeing that we got 650 chickens. And after one day, I think they're going about through 2,000 liters of grain a month, if you will. So we were somewhere, I think, around 8,000, maybe 9,000. So they might be going through 3,000 liters of food a day, which means once every 3 months, I got to pop in 10,000 liters of grain, which is not too bad. As for the sawmill, the one thing I kind of overlooked on the sawmill and a furniture shop, if I go in here. So... we're now putting the planks into Have a Seat, which is our furniture shop. And overnight, I got much more furniture than I did with the wood. And I kind of forgot one thing I was overlooking. So cycles per month is 120. So when we're on wood, every cycle, we would be putting in 36 liters of wood and getting 45 liters of furniture. Every cycle of planks puts in 50 liters of planks, but I get 70 liters of furniture. So I'm almost upping my production by 50% of furniture per month by using planks instead of wood. So that helps out now. So we got, right now, currently we got 39 crates of furniture to be sold, which will be probably the month of June, which is the highest month. Tomatoes, I did get the water tank full of water, so we're good there for now. And of course the sawmill, I did bring some wood over, so now we're up to 45,000 liters of wood, and slowly the wood chips are building up. And I did put the sawmill production on distributing. Now, I thought before patch 1.2, I did the test on this, and that we got charged for being distributing our products from one building to another. It doesn't seem to be that way because it's been on for a full day, and I was trying to see where I was getting charged for bringing planks over from the sawmill over to the furniture shop, and I could not find where I was getting charged. I'm getting charged $500 a day for interest. The production cost, the reason why the production cost is up a little higher in February, because that month I was doing planks and wood, so I actually had 2 productions going on at the furniture shop instead of 1. So you can see previously it was $410, and now it's $488. So the only thing I'm thinking of, I got charged something like $70 maybe in the production cost by distributing the planks from the sawmill over to Have a Seat, the furniture shop. That's the only thing I can think of. Not too sure, but that's what I'm going with. So we'll see. We'll see if the totals equal up today. Anyways, enough jibber jabber. Let's hop into our lovely little T6. Oh, I got to turn off flight mode. I think when I can't get in my tractor, it's because of flight mode. I think we discovered that once before. Yeah, now I can get in my tractor. Maybe it wasn't fully on the ground here. So I had not repaired the T6 yet, and with all the plowing I did over there, it doesn't seem like the tractor's maintenance or repair is going to go lower than it already is. So yeah, I'm not too sure about that at all because I'm not really losing any horsepower in the tractor that I'm aware of. Let's lower down the forage wagon and let's go ahead and... Oh, that was already down. Let's go ahead and turn that on. And now we'll start mowing our grass and hopefully get a lot more out of it a lot quicker. So eventually I want to put a little bit of dirt around the grass field to separate the grass field from the wild grass. So we'll probably get around to doing that at some point. So I am going the route of putting down the grain mill and the bakery rather than going with the sheep and then putting down the spinnery and the tailor shop. I think we talked a little bit about last episode, so it's going to cost me like $96,000 for putting down the biggest sheep pasture that we can. And by the time you put down the spinnery and the tailor shop, you're looking at about a total, along with the sheep pasture, $300,000 to get that whole production line up and going. With the bakery setup, the grain mill and the bakery, I could put down for $150,000. So it's half the price of what it would be to get the production going for making clothing. So all I got to do is just get the grain there, so make more fields. That's fine by me. We want to do that anyways. So we're going the route putting down the granary, which is $96,000, and the bakery, which is only $50,000. So we'll be making some flour, and then of course, over time, some bread as well. And that's the route we are going. Already I can tell you this, is by now you're making one headland around this grass field. I'm collecting grass a lot faster than when I was driving along the way, all the way over across the map, just to get one loading wagon with the grass. So we're going to harvest all this grass, put this into our silo bunker, and then compact it, cover it up, and then within a month we'll be able to sell some silage if the price is okay. From what I saw, the high and low prices of silage, not much of a difference. So I may just sell it whenever it's ready or when we need the cash. Let me go ahead and turn that off. And then we'll pick up the rest of the grass here. Turn that off, and let's go dump this into our silo bunker. As for what's on sale in the store, a couple of small interesting things, but nothing of interest for us today again. So let's have to wait for another day. Although I do want to save the money up for the granary and of course the bakery. As for where am I going to put the grain mill, I'm probably going to put the grain mill actually on the other side of the map. And when I mean the other side of the map, I mean the other side. We're kind of in the northwest corner, so I'm thinking we're going to be putting it in the southeast corner part of the map. Just so I have to travel a little ways, and eventually we'll be making some roads. The bakery is probably going to go on the main road, because I figured the bakery, that's where it probably should go. That's where visitors would probably come. You know, they're passing on the main road, they see the bakery, they would probably want to stop there and get some bread. So we're going to go ahead and put the bakery on the main road. Alright, there's already one load done. I don't know how many loads it would take to fill up this place, but I'm pretty sure it would take more than 20, I would think, somewhere around there. Have no idea. Wouldn't even know how to even begin to guess on that. Lower that down, turn that on. Yeah, definitely going to get a lot better yield off this field. Now, the only thing is, now I do believe the fertilizing state will go down to 50%. Field still needs some lime. And, of course, it does need to be rolled. So maybe at some point, if it comes up for sale, maybe get a roller for the grass. Something I have not used yet in 22, but at some point we will get to that along the way. So just as though in the furniture that we got, and in the eggs that we got, and the silage, we are going to have, yeah, we should definitely have enough cash to go ahead and get the granary and the bakery all taken care of by the time harvest comes around. Now the big field that we're creating behind us, that's the field that's going to supply the granary. The other 3 fields, those 3 fields alone, we're just keeping for the chickens until I get a really good idea how much the chickens are going to require per year. And then if our silo gets too full with grain, then we can always bring it up to the grain mill and convert it over to flour. And then of course bring the flour on down to make bread. I haven't really looked at the prices of bread yet to see what the prices of bread are going for. Kind of did a little bit of it on Elm Creek, but not a whole lot. I don't think we even got to the point of selling bread, but I think we did buy the bakery, and we were bringing flour on down to do so. So hopefully when June rolls around and we sell the furniture, yeah, we'll be putting down the granary and kind of making a little bit of a road going up there. And the same thing, the bakery is, like I said, is going to go on the main strip somewhere, probably opposite of the supermarket in that general vicinity. That's the one thing about the loading wagon and the mower. By taking a sharp corner, can't quite get it all, but it's fine. I can go around and pick up the pieces later. That's kind of the one good thing about the Seasons mod in 19, and I think it did so even in 17. You had it would decompose the grass wood along with a lot of other material over time. So if you miss patches and it bothered you, those patches were out there, just give it a little while, and before you know it, it would be all gone. Wouldn't have to worry about it at all. I do need to get rid of these bushes out here as well, our entryway to the silo pit from our grass field. Now, since I don't think my T6 is going to wear out anymore, and it seems like this is the low it's going to go, yeah, I'm just trying to do a little bit of a test myself to see how it actually works. I think the repair cost is going to stay the same no matter how much I use the T6, but I don't see the horsepower reduction that we kind of had in 19. At least I don't feel it. The T6 still seems to be producing and performing just as well if it was at full horse. So I'm not too sure if it's actually taking effect or not. Yep, the entire grass field is going to go into here. It'll take me forever to compact it. So I'll probably repair the T6 after we get down the granary and the bakery shop. I want to make sure we got that much money up and going. So probably before winter. So it's going to drive a few nuts out there because I haven't repaired it yet. Then, of course, once we get the bakery up and going, and of course we got the grain mill producing as well, this means more money for income, and hopefully we can grow that much quicker. Although I don't want to grow too quick either. I don't want to just feel like in 10 episodes have every production building going. I want to slowly build it on up at an even pace, if you can do it that way. Slowly build up while you're making cash. Just a little bit of over an hour later, we are almost done cutting the grass in this field. Definitely going to pay off here in the next month or whenever I decide to bring the silage over. 1 month to definitely ferment it. Well, that's if I get it compacted today and cover it, but that may not happen because it's taken me longer than I thought it would to mow this field. Usually does. I usually estimate, well, that's going to take like a half an hour. And when it takes double the time, it's like, oh, okay, that's a little bit longer than I thought it would. But you know what? We got a good amount of grass here. Just shy of 250,000 liters of grass / chaff then into silage that we'll have. So if you remember last time, we sold 143,000 liters of silage. And we got like $25,000 for it. So almost, not quite doubling it, but almost. So maybe get like 40 grand if we sell it at a decent price. So that'll come in handy. But it's good to know that this field is definitely big enough to know that when we get our sheep and our cattle in the future, this should be good enough for a while for a hay field. For, let's see, we can have like what, 80 sheep and like 80 cows, something like that. Is that right? Yeah, I haven't got used to the numbers yet in 22 what we can have per shed. So we will see here, but definitely a good grass field. I would like to be able to fertilize this again, but like I said, that's going to have to wait until something comes up for sale because we are saving the money for the granary and the bakery. So I definitely was going to cut in my time to get the rest of the field plowed, but I got to get it done because I definitely got to seed the field tomorrow in the month of May for sorghum because I want it for this year so we can start producing flour and then make bread. Let's see, we are done with that, and that is a grass field done. We should still have 50% fertilization on the field. I don't understand why we don't lose all fertilization because you're not really putting nothing back into the field. So I mean, you're cutting grass and taking the clippings with you, so it's not like I'm leaving anything on the ground for that fertilization to stay there. But you know what? I'm not going to argue with it. We got it. It's going to be there. Let's go ahead and dump this into our silo pit. I'm kind of glad I was compacting it when I was unloading it. Not compacting it, but making it tight. Because we filled about 2/3 of it by the way I was doing it. The only problem is I was trying to get the loading wagon in certain corners. It's kind of hard when your mower is almost as wide as the silo bunker. Oh, if I turn on the helper HUD here, you can see we're not going to quite reach 250,000. It's going to be just shy of it. But it's already 1% compacted. Woohoo! So I got 99% to go. So that's going to be fun compacting that. It's a little bit of a short run, so going back and forth. It's going to kind of suck with no course plate to set up a little course to do it. But I'll get the job done. I'll try to get it done in this month right here. So that way it's fermented and ready to go. Let's see here. Can I... Yeah, let me park this up by our grain trailer. So I'm going to be done for a while now. I haven't got used to how long it takes for grass to grow back in 22. But I'm thinking it's going to be like 3 months, 3 or 4 months, somewhere in there. So we can probably get another cut in this year. Alright, hoses, PTO shaft, unhitch. And now I might as well turn around and stick the mower right in front of it. Yeah, definitely going to need a pressure washer sometime soon. Like I said, fixing some of the equipment around here would be kind of good as well. But before I go on to my next job, the one thing I do need to do is go back to the farm shop and top off with some diesel fuel because we are burning through it. Now that could be part of because the vehicle does need maintenance. So by having a poor maintained T6, I may be burning through the diesel fuel more than usual. So that could be part of it. But as for losing horsepower, yeah, it hasn't affected it too much. Seems like the working speeds are staying pretty much right where they need to be. Hitch that on up. Lift that up. I'm going to head down to the store. Like I said, top this off with some diesel fuel. I'll meet you right back here and we'll start subsoiling / plowing in the rest of our field, hopefully. We'll get that done. So I got a lot of work to do by tomorrow. So I mean, yeah, we got to finish plowing this field. I got to cut the trees down. get them over to the sawmill, which is, I mean, it's right there, so it's not too difficult. But then we're going to have to lease a stump grinder. We'll probably go for the cheapest one. I think it's like $5 grand for that one. Hey, I don't know. Should I go ahead and buy one? I don't know. We'll figure that out. And then, of course, like I said, I want to compact that chaff / grass and get that covered today as well. So something just weird happened while I was filling up with some diesel fuel. I saw the price of what it costs to refill the tractor, and I was like, I'm experiencing deja vu. So I had to look. Yeah, let me scroll on down. So today I just spent $263 on diesel fuel. Back in December, we filled up with $263 worth of diesel fuel. I don't know. Did I actually get it right down to how many gallons of diesel fuel used? Or I don't know. This seems kind of weird that I got it right down to the dollar. But anyways, let's get back up here so we can start finishing. Start finishing? Yeah, start finishing. We'll say it that way. Start finishing the rest of our new field, so we can plant sorghum in it and harvest it this fall. And we'll get that to the grain mill, which is not even here yet, but it will be. It shall be here. Hopefully it doesn't take me too long to zip through this. Probably take me longer to compact that chaff in that silo bunker. I think last time with 140,000 liters, it took me like 45 minutes. So it may take me like an hour, hour 15 to get that done. Hopefully I can get it done. I got allowed to create fields. I got to turn that on, so that should have done it. And lower that down, and that should get rid of the grass around here. There we go. So I'm trying to leave some grass around the trees where they are, so when I cut down the trees and the stumps are just there, it'll make it a little bit easier for me to go back around later on with this plow, and also the stump grinder, to find the stumps, get rid of the stumps, and go back around and plow in the grass. So yeah, the stones are going to stay here for one cycle. Yeah, I know it causes damage to equipment, but we're leasing equipment currently, so it's not our equipment that we're damaging, so it's not going to bother me too much. The store may not like it too much, but, you know, who knows? So I think this is the first time I'm starting to notice the subsoiler is only going now down to 9, so the tractor is pretty well worn out. We bought this plow used, so I can imagine the repair on the plow is probably as low as it can go as well. So we've used it quite a bit. Repairing the plow shouldn't be that expensive, because a plow brand new is like $10,500. But I'll feel better once I get the granary up and also the bakery, so I can see where our money stands. I mean, I think we're going to be doing just fine. Like I said, we need $150,000 to put down both, because I don't want to just put down the grain mill and then just be making flour, because I want to make the whole process. I want to do the complete production chain on that. But like I said, we got about 40 crates of furniture to sell, so at $2,000 a piece, that should be 80 grand. So that alone right there will get us up to like 140. And of course, hopefully by then we'll be selling some silage as well. And like I said, last time we got 20 something, so if I sell it all, I might get another 40 there. But also, and again, in 2 months time, we should have more furniture created as well. So we should be doing fine. Once we get that all settled up, we'll go ahead and probably fix the T6. I say probably because that's probably when something will come up in the store for sale. It's like, we need that, like a fertilizer spreader or a lime spreader, because we're going to have plenty of rocks here. Now, I know a couple of you said, with the amount of lime that we have and can make, shouldn't 20,000 liters of lime be enough to cover the fields? Not all of them for sure. One of them it should, two of them possibly. It's just that we just haven't had the cash to go ahead and buy one. Or actually, I haven't really checked the price on what it would be to lease one. The question is, if I lease it, is it worth it for leasing it to get us an extra 15% for 3 years? Because it should be good for 3 harvests. Now, I could go ahead and get, I don't even know what, because I'm so used to using the Breedle spreader. Been using it forever in 19, so to go to a smaller one just doesn't seem right, but it's something that we might do. But we got to do it before we plant. Can't do it after we plant. As for the grass field, you can put lime on a grass field after you harvest it. So like today, I could put lime on the grass field before it grows again. Yeah, this shouldn't take us too long here to finish this up. So I'll get this done, like I said, but I'm going to have a little bit of work in between episodes, like cutting down some of these trees. And then next episode, probably the start of the next episode, will be grinding up the stumps, and then plow around where the stumps were. Hopefully by then, like I said, I'll have the silage pit compacted and fermenting. And then we can get to go ahead and plant some sorghum in this field. But as for putting my sawmill on distribution, so that I don't think I'm getting charged. Now I might be getting confused with what I did before patch 1.2 on Elm Creek, but we were getting charged quite a bit. So that's why I held off putting the sawmill on distributing the planks. Definitely makes it easier if you don't have to do anything. It just puts the planks right on over. But just think, by the end of the year we'll be making bread. The chickens are making tons of eggs. The furniture, we're actually producing more furniture now per month because we're going with planks instead of wood. Yeah, for somehow I just looked right over that when it actually produces more per cycle with planks than it does wood. I was just looking at the literage, that word there. There's that wonderful word. It's like, it doesn't matter. I got wood everywhere. So, but it matters how much wood it's making per hour or per cycle. When you're going from 45 liters per cycle to 70 liters per cycle, that's a good increase in furniture. So I still got plenty of planks outside the mill I need to bring on over. I may just leave those there for spares. So if the sawmill ever runs out of wood, I got spare planks to bring on over. Now in the long run, like I said, I want to have all the production buildings on here and all that. When we start getting more than a few, it might be at times where we don't care about the sawmill and the furniture shop at all. If they run out of material, they run out of material, and we can focus like on the bakery or the grain mill or, you know, the fabrics and tailoring. We may be focusing on that a little bit more. Then at some point, you know, doing the cows and the dairy products, we'll just focus on that for like maybe a year. Grapes are going to be something I get into before I get into olives. I did olives a little bit on Elm Creek, but I definitely want to get into the grapes because we can make grape juice and jam, and I think that's it. Could be. Might be something else there. Oh, raisins, right? I think it might be raisins. So we can make a lot more with the grapes. With the olives right now, all we can do is make olive oil. But I'm pretty sure modders out there are looking at some of the things already being made and what else can be made into a production building. Anyone that's interested, I'm pretty much, I love potatoes in any shape, form. So I mean, why not make like a French fry factory that can make potato chips or steak fries? And I know everyone calls them different from where they're from, but there's a lot of things you can do with potatoes. Yeah, there's another thing you can make with potatoes that I kind of like as well. Russians are well known for it. I won't say what it is. I'll try to keep the channel, you know, a little family friendly here, but you may know where I'm going with that. And that was actually a mod back in, it was either 15 or 17 where I did that, where you brought potatoes and sugar to a factory and they made that particular drink. But also, I mean, look at, I mean, we got lettuce, tomatoes, you got olives already. So why not make like a salad, I guess? You can have a production builder make salads. Hey, we even got chicken, so you can have like a chicken salad. You just have to bring a chicken with you, I guess. I mean, Giants should be coming off their winter holidays sometime soon, so we can probably expect some mods coming out here. I think they actually, I don't know when they actually get off holiday, honestly. But it's usually 2 or 3 weeks for Christmas and New Year's. So right now, there we have it. Let me turn off allow create fields on the plow, so when I put the plow down, don't accidentally create a field. So now I just got to go ahead and cut down some trees, bring them over to the sawmill, and of course compact the chaff down to 100%, so we can go ahead and cover that on up. So there is our grass field. Not quite 100% the way it should be. When it was fully fertilized, didn't have lime, wasn't rolled, all that good stuff. But how difficult is this going to be at first? I'm leaving the subsoiler / plow on there for weight, and yep, already got stuck, kind of. It's going to be rough for the first couple passes until you start compacting it down a little bit. Just shake, rattle, and roll, and you'll get moving. Now, no, I don't know if anyone's done any tests in 22 with it, but it used to be. If I go fast enough, can I get over that hump? It might be the subsoiler that stopped me. But it used to be like if you had more weights on the tractors, or the heavier the tractor was, you would actually compact it quicker. But right now I feel like I'm king of the mountain. If I turn on my helper HUD, hey, we gone from 1% already down or up to 3%. So this is probably where, when I do this work off camera, I'll find a couple of YouTube videos maybe to watch, have it run in the background, something to listen to, and sit here and drive back and forth. But in the future, when there's course play, I'll be setting my course for doing this like I have in the past with 19, 17, so on and so forth. And you can set a worker off to do this. Why go off and do something else? It's not too bad, already at 5%. I don't know if having the plow in the back is actually helping at all or making it worse. I don't know. Like I said, I feel like I'm king of the hill, so I'm going to sit here, going to compact this. Hopefully I'll get it done before next episode. But next episode, hopefully the trees will be gone in that field. We'll go lease a stump grinder, get rid of the stumps, then subsoil / plow the rest of the field in. And then, of course, lease ourselves a drill, which is going to be kind of expensive, but they got to get something in that field this year. Don't want to have to wait until mid next year before we harvest it. So that's kind of the plan, or I should say idea. I have ideas around here because plans sometimes change, like the sheep. Originally we thought sheep were going to go here this year, but nope, now we're holding off. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I hope you're not getting dizzy. And I'll catch you next time right here in No Man's Land. But until then, have a good one.